Welcome to Boxhead Nation, and I'm your host, the Boxhead Gamer. Today you'll join me in my adventures in Minecraft Dungeons. Let's see how it goes. Quite a bit of grinding and got to power level 106, so instead of going through the levels I haven't shown you guys, I've decided to re-go through the whole game for you on the highest difficulty. We're gonna do Apocalypse 6 for all the levels, so you can see what the game is like on the most difficult mode. And we're gonna do an offline game just because that's a little bit easier for me. I don't have to worry about people dropping in or dropping out of the game. It's just the casual experience for maybe a solo player. So the first level we're gonna start off with, well, other than Squid Coast, because that's the tutorial. We don't really need to do that again. We're gonna go on to Creeper Woods.
By the Arch-Illager's decree, all free folk are now enemies of the Illager Empire. Somewhere in these woods, a caravan is transporting villager prisoners to labor in far-off lands. Find the caravan and stop the Illagers, or there's no telling what dreadful doom will befall our villager friends.
Okay, so now that we're in the level, we can get going and fight some of these enemies. The one thing that you will notice as I get further through the level is on your additional playthroughs of the game, they add some of the enemies you've already fought before into the level to make it a little bit more difficult. They also sometimes increase the amount of enemies you run into, although I don't think I've noticed this as much. And if you ever hold down on D-pad, it'll let you see if there's any secrets in the map that you might have found. You can use that to help you distinguish if maybe there's some sort of an area that you haven't explored yet in the map. Or maybe it's an area that you haven't seen before. Because there are some maps like Soggy Swamps and Pumpkin Pastures, which have hidden areas where you can unlock a new level, but it's not always in that seed, because it's generated the way it is, you're not always guaranteed to get that level that you're looking for. But in Creeper Woods, there's actually a secret area where you can unlock the level Creepy Crypt, and I'm about to show you how to get to that. So after you rescue that villager, when you get to this point right here, you'll want to veer left and just follow this pathway, and it'll lead you to this section over here. Usually there's either a bunch of zombies or a lot of skeletons. Most of the time I get it where there's a ton of skeletons over here. I prefer the large amount of zombies because it's easier to deal with zombies because you're not getting pelted by the arrows. There'll always be a chest hidden right here that usually gives you some emeralds. Maybe you'll get an item, but you're not really guaranteed an item from those kind of chests. So don't go in there expecting to get high tier loot. So after you get through that, there's this button right here. You'll push it, and it'll activate the redstone to open this door right here. If you haven't been to this level yet, there will be a scroll right here. You'll pick it up, and it'll activate a trap where you'll fight kind of waves of zombies. Not too many, but just enough to make it a little bit challenging if you're new to the game. And you're always guaranteed a chest right here after you finish the wave of zombies. So it's kind of incentive to go here. Like, even if you're just doing a normal run through, I always go here because I'm getting that guaranteed loot chest. Also, when you get later in the game, you'll get different artifacts and different enchantments. One enchantment I would always recommend when you get it for a weapon is Radiance, because it'll give you healing that you typically wouldn't get if you didn't have Radiance. Because I think it's like 20%, I think, maybe 30, but I'm pretty sure it's 20. You have a chance of getting healing up to a certain amount. Now I'm just gonna run through this level, and then we'll probably also find the secret rune for this level. Which, finding all the runes is always a good thing. Now, let's just throw this TNT off this way. Hopefully we'll take care of some of these guys. And I kind of enjoy exploring all of the side paths, because you never know what you're gonna get if you explore all the side paths. You might find some loot that you wouldn't find if you hadn't gone down that way. I will also say be aware that there's always going to be a creeper right there. So if you're not a fan of dealing with creepers, just be prepared, because after we get through this, I might do a video on the build I'm using, or the build I'm actually trying to go for, which I really like the double axe, but I also like the gauntlets, so there's two different builds I'm aiming for. It all depends on what I farm first. There's the fighter's bindings, and then there's a unique double axe. I don't know if there's multiple double axes that are unique. The one I'm using right now is a unique. It's, I think, called, let me look at it. It's called the Whirlwind. And it'll, every full combo, it sends out that little shock wave. But yeah, I love to have a healing artifact on me. That's why I have the soul healer on right now. So whenever you gather enough souls, you can basically heal yourself. And it'll use up some of those souls you've gathered in order to do the healing. Now, here is one of my less favorite enemies, the Necromancers. I don't mind fighting the Necromancers, it's just, when you go to fight them, you're gonna be dealing with a lot of mobs. But the thing I am less a fan of is I forget their names, but the ones that put fire on the ground, because that just, like, eats up your health. That, and they're just really kind of tanky, too. Yeah, I like the soul gloves are okay, but the fighter gauntlets are the way to go. And for the soul healer, it's good once you get to a higher level, but like initially I wasn't the biggest fan of the soul healer, just because I didn't really see the use in it, but once I got to a higher level play, it started becoming more use to me. Let's see. Try and get through this level a bit quicker now. But yeah, I like the name you came up with for the fire guys. It's a good name. I'm not gonna repeat it, but it's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's not too bad early game. Once you get later game, you'll start getting more and more high level stuff. So it's just all about playing games. The more you play, the better your gear gets. Because I know initially I was rocking the worst gear when I started playing this game, and I was honestly really bad at this game. I've died so many times. But once you beat the game a few times, it just starts becoming like a breeze. You just walk through stuff. But I do remember my early playthroughs of the game. I died so many times. Mainly because of the spider creeper combo. Big killer right there. I'll get stuck in the webs, and then I have trouble fighting off the creepers when they show up. My golem does around 1,400 something to like 2,000 damage. And it's, I think, a level 105 golem. Oh yeah, the golem is honestly super strong. That's why I run it. But for bosses, I like to run the Gong of Weakening and the Frenzy Mushroom. I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on the name. For all I know, it could be called like Super OP Death Mushroom, and I would not know any better. I honestly like the name Super OP Death Mushroom. I might go with that instead of its official name. Okay, so just after you... Oh, not a redstone golem. This is where I get to break out the mushroom. That's the one thing about, like, the higher difficulties. You start running into those enemies that are a bit tough first time. Oh, it's Deathcap Mushroom? Okay. Yeah, I could not place the name for the life of me. I'm really bad about remembering things like that. Now, I'm gonna try and make my way to the rune, because after you pass the part where you save the villagers, there is a rune, and once you get all 10 runes, I know I haven't gotten this one, I do have the cow level unlocked, but once you unlock all 10 runes, you'll unlock the secret mushroom level. I just need to make sure I find what I'm looking for. I don't know if it appears in every seed generation. I thought it did. It might be a little further along. We'll see. Okay, I did miss the rune somewhere. Because there's a secret that I haven't found, and I'm not sure where it is. I guarantee you I walked past where the rune is. Because that's just the kind of person I am most of the time. I'll walk past things, and they'll be in, like, plain sight. I know when I was doing one of my Minecraft videos, I insisted there was no way to craft a white bed when, like, it was just in the crafting slot on the Windows 10 version, and I just kind of glossed over it because I was just being a little blind. Let me see. I was pretty sure that the rune location is after this, though. But I might have to end up doing another video to find the location of the rune, because I don't know if it actually genned in. That's weird. The little branch on the right? Yeah, let me check that. Yeah, it's supposed to be, there's like a little platform that you find when you're locating the rune, and it'll just be off to the side, but it's not looking like it genned in. So I'll come back to this later when I do my tutorial video for YouTube. Okay, so that's this level done.
These villages are free from the clasp of the Illagers. All thanks to you.
Oh, I should have went back. I just saw your comment to head back, but yeah, I might head back to the level again to see if I can Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Catch you on the flip side.